Hello, Bobcats. Mr. Flato here. Welcome back to another great week at HMS. We have a short week this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and part day Thursday. So we have a half week here going on today. Let's make sure we make it a great 2.5 days. This is also the last couple days in first semester, and of the second quarter. So if we got missing work, let's get it in. Let's make sure we finish here strong. Got a great Bob lesson for you folks today. Had some help from some of our MBI students. I was really excited to get them involved. I want to get more students involved in these in the future. So special thanks to them. Special thanks to Mr. Myers for getting me this light here that plugs into my laptop. I hope this works better. I've had some complaints that it's hard to see, so I'm trying to take your guys' feedback and make this better. Without further ado, let's get going. Bob lesson number 16. Make it a great short week, Bobcats. All right, we are already on to Bob lesson number 16, and Bob lesson 16 is going to be talking about the bystander role in social situations and how we can be a responsible bystander. But first, let's be our best at HMS. Let's be safe, let's be responsible, let's be respectful, and let's be a learner. Special shout out to Tressie Wake for leaving this on my clipboard outside my office. I love it, Tressie. I'll put this up for a couple more Bob lessons, and for the record, I actually had it on here by the time you left me the second note. So I love student stuff. Really cool picture, Tressie. Alright, so let's start by talking about what is a bystander. For some of you, you've probably never heard that term bystander before. A bystander is someone who is in the same physical environment and is witness to disrespectful behavior from one party targeted at another. A socially responsible bystander, which is what we're really pushing for everyone to be, is someone who recognizes when something is wrong and acts to make it right. When we stand up for what is right and do our best to help support and protect someone else who's being disrespected, we are being socially responsible bystanders. As a bystander, you are either part of the solution or you are part of the problem. That is, when you stand by and witness disrespectful behavior without interjecting, your actions are implicitly condoning the behavior. Even though you don't come out and say that is okay, or you don't take part in it, by doing nothing, your behaviors imply that that is the norm, or that is socially okay to do. When you interject yourself into this situation and respectfully advocate for the person being disrespected, you are acting as a socially responsible bystander. Why bystanders' response is so important, and I want to talk about this because you folks as bystanders in our school hold way more power than us adults do, in my opinion. You guys look out for one another. You guys are held accountable by one another. You guys are peers and classmates to one another, and you guys hold so much power. Most disrespectful behavior takes place in front of peers. It almost never happens when adults are there watching. Most bystanders want to do something to stop the disrespectful behavior. People who act disrespectfully often like an audience to do it in front of. If the audience shows disapproval, the disrespectful behaviors are discouraged from continuing. Socially responsible bystanders help create a culture of zero tolerance for disrespect, empathy, I talked about that empathy word last Bob lesson, support, and a sense of connectedness at the school where we are all connected to one another. So I have a little diagram here I drew up, and if you look on the left, you'll remember I don't like to use that term bullying. I like to use the term disrespectful behavior. So whoever is exhibiting that disrespectful behavior, and you can see the top arrow, it's pointed at the victim. Now the bystander, being in the same environment, has a decision to make. They're kind of in the middle. Am I going to do nothing and implicitly join forces with the person that is exhibiting the disrespectful behavior, or am I going to stand by the victim and advocate for the victim? So in the first scenario, if you do nothing, or if you laugh, or if you giggle, or you enjoy the showing of disrespectful behavior, what you're really doing is you're kind of joining forces with the person that is being disrespectful. And to the victim, that might mean that they feel like they're getting teamed up on. What we would really like for you to do is be a good bystander. We're going to talk about this in a moment. Be a good bystander. show support to the victim, advocate for the victim, and let the person that's being disrespectful know, hey, you're being disrespectful and that's not very cool right now. Let's try to be more respectful to the person that is being disrespected.
Miss Fisher, can I use the restroom?
Yeah, sure, go ahead, just be quick.
Oh yeah, she doesn't have her lock on her phone. Let's text her boyfriend. That'll be fun.
Wait. How would you feel if someone did that to you?
I don't know.
I think we should put it back.
Okay, sounds like a good idea.
All right, so in that situation, somebody left their phone behind and somebody else wanted to get into the phone and text on it and pretend that they were that other person. And the bystander did a great job of saying, hey, hold on a sec. We probably shouldn't do that. How would you feel if somebody did that to you? Why don't we just put the phone away? Great job.
Okay guys, everybody set up with what they need?
Yeah.
I need to step out in the hall for like 2 minutes. I need you guys to be working quietly. Can I trust that you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Miss Fisher's so mean. She's always like, do this, do this.
Oh my gosh, I know. I hate doing my homework and she always forces me to do it.
And her glasses are like so crooked, like OCD.
I know. I mean, look at that hair.
Whoa! What? Okay, guys, let's see what we're talking here. Okay, so Miss Fisher's a teacher. We need to treat her with respect. That was not very nice. You guys should probably apologize to her.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, I really like that one. So the teacher leaves the room and the students probably start talking behind her back. And whether it's a teacher or whether it's somebody else, if we're not saying nice things about people when they are not there, we probably shouldn't be saying anything at all. Talking behind people's back and saying negative and unsavory things is very disrespectful. So great job there, Mr. Seleskar, by stepping up and being a great bystander and reminding everybody in the classroom, hey, Miss Fisher's our teacher. We need to treat her with respect and not be talking behind her back when she's not here. Great job.
What? Hey, Andrew, get back here. That wasn't really nice. Say sorry and help her pick up her stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, so in that clip, a gentleman was walking down the hallway and knocked the books out of a young lady's hands, and the bystander said, hey, Jonathan, get back here. Help her pick her up. That's not cool. Why are we doing that? Why are we being disrespectful to her? Great job being a bystander in that one as well.
Right, you get this.
I'll get on tape.
This is not right. You really want to fight people? This is mean, it's disrespectful. You need to stop now.
Okay.
Okay, so in this clip, we have a handful of bystanders that aren't being very socially responsible. They have their cell phones out. They're not actually taking part in the fight or the altercation, but they're definitely encouraging it on and not doing anything to stop it. Luckily, we had one good bystander that stepped in between and said, whoa, hold the phone, folks. We don't need to fight. Let's use our words to settle this disagreement. Let's not be getting into a fight and putting our hands on one another. Great job to that bystander.
Did you guys hear about Brian? He ate an entire sandwich this lunch. A fatty.
Oh my gosh. Should eat some grapes or something.
Yeah, something healthy.
Like a banana.
Dang.
Did you see Sam's outfit? It was totally
my God.
year ago.
Like, these socks, these are so old.
Dude, I got me some Nike Elites here.
Those are the new socks.
Yeah,
Whoa,
new
hey.
socks.
Guys, what are we talking about? They're not even here to defend themselves. I mean, do you guys really think that this is cool? I think we should go apologize. Let's go.
So in that situation, we had a group of gentlemen that were talking behind some other students' backs again, and I talked about that a little bit earlier, and this kind of ties into last week's Bob lesson when I talked about judging other people based on the clothes they wear or how new their clothes are, or if they're wearing brand name clothes. And the last time I checked, 11 to 14-year-olds don't hold jobs, therefore they're entirely dependent on their parents to buy them their clothes. And so why do we judge one another based on the clothes that we wear? But again, Mr. Skleskar stepped up and said, hey guys, what are we doing? They're not even here. Why are we talking behind their backs? I don't think they necessarily needed to go apologize, but definitely stopping that behavior. Great job being a good bystander in that situation.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe Patricia thinks she can be a part of our table. She said her like 3 times.
I know. She's not even cool enough.
Yeah.
Like,
So rude.
yeah. She doesn't fit the criteria.
I can't.
Hey guys, can I come sit with you?
Sorry, somebody else is sitting here.
Hold on, guys.
Okay.
No one's sitting there. Patricia, you're welcome to sit here. Thanks, Becky.
You're welcome.
Okay, in our final clip there, we had some ladies that was supposed to be the lunchroom table. They were eating lunch, having normal middle school conversation, and then another student, Patricia, came up and wanted to sit with them, and the one student put her coat down and said, no, you can't sit there, somebody's sitting there. And then we had a bystander out of the group saying, nobody is sitting there, you're absolutely welcome to sit there. We wanted to make these skits realistic, and I know that that's something that happens sometimes, who's sitting where. Folks, let's all accept one another. Let's let each other sit wherever they want. Let's welcome new people into our tables. Great job being a bystander in that situation. All right, our picture quote of the week comes from Dr. Martin Luther King. How fitting, because today's Monday. I'm putting this together. You guys will watch this on Tuesday, but today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and his quote says, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And the reason I love this quote is because he's essentially saying, when you let injustice or you let bullying or you let disrespectful behavior go in some places, it'll metastasize, it'll grow into a bigger thing. Okay, so when we let injustice or disrespect become part of the norm here at HMS, we are running the risk that it can grow and metastasize and turn into a threat of disrespectful behavior growing and becoming a bigger problem all over our school. This week's quote of the week comes from none other than Mr. McKay, and this is a fantastic quote. This is one of my favorites. Long overdue that it makes it on a Bob lesson, and his quote is, character is what you do when nobody is watching. And what this quote and what Mr. McKay is talking about is character is who we really are, the thread of who we are morally as people. And the things that we do when nobody is watching, when we can't be judged, when we can't be rewarded, or we can't be disciplined, is who we really are. Okay, so let's try to grow every day, grow as character, as young people and as adults, and just try to be a little bit better version of ourselves than we were the day before. All right, JellyBean question of the week winners from last week was Sam Norum, Eva Santos, Gracie Burton, Owen Graziano, and Tyler Sharkey. The answer to last week's JellyBean question of the week was obviously red. I always put it on a red background. So you folks come down on your own time. Sometime this week, I'm actually only going to be here on Tuesday this week, and come see me after school for some JellyBeans. This week's JellyBean question of the week is, what was the quote that I just shared from Dr. Martin Luther King? It's a really good one, and if you think you can remember and you are being attentive and paying attention, please write that down and put it into my box by Thursday at noon. All right, folks, as always, let's make it a great week at HMS. We got 2.5 days to rock and roll, probably a day and a half by the time you watch this Bob lesson. I hope you guys make the most of it.